1876, Bell's wooden box carried the unthinkable, words through wires. The very first voice, traveling beyond distance. The candlestick phone, fragile, elegant. For the first time, families spoke across towns from their own homes. The Roaring Twenties brought the rotary dial. A twist of the finger, and calling became a part of everyday life. By the 50s, phones gained color and charm. From pastel kitchens to living rooms, they rang like family members. 1973. On a New York street, Martin Cooper lifted a massive prototype and made the first mobile call. The world gasped, the future had cut the cord. The 80s made phones bigger, louder, bolder. The brick phone wasn't just tech, it was power. 1992, a tiny Nokia screen blinked, "Merry Christmas." Just one text, and the world never spoke the same way again. The flip phone ruled the 2000s. Compact, stylish, and with one snap you felt unstoppable. It wasn't just a phone, it was attitude. 2007. A single hand held one device that replaced them all. The iPhone was born, and the world changed overnight. Apps took over. Work, play, love, life, every universe shrank into glowing icons on a screen. By 2020, phones folded, flexed, and started to think for us. Artificial intelligence joined the conversation, shaping daily life. Now, 2025. Phones aren't gadgets anymore. With AR and holograms, they became our second reality, the lens through which we see the world. 1876. A quiet workshop, a wooden box, and an idea that would change the world. Alexander Graham Bell's first telephone crackled with a distorted human voice, yet that moment was nothing short of a miracle. For the first time in history, sound had traveled through wires. One man's invention had bridged the impossible gap between silence and connection. In the 1890s, phones left laboratories and entered everyday life. The candlestick telephone, elegant and fragile, became a symbol of progress. Shops proudly displayed them behind polished glass, while families marveled at the chance to speak across town. It wasn't just a device, it was the sound of modernity knocking at every door. By the 1920s, the rotary dial arrived. In factories where these machines were built, rows of workers assembled wires and shells, shaping what would soon sit in millions of homes. With a simple twist of a dial, a voice could cross a city. Suddenly, distance felt smaller, and communication felt more democratic. The 1950s brought warmth and style. Phones no longer hid in dark offices, they brightened kitchens with pastel colors and cheerful rings. Mothers answered calls while cooking dinner, children stretched the cord across the room to gossip with friends. The telephone had become part of family life, woven into the rhythm of everyday moments. Then came 1973. On a bustling New York street, Martin Cooper held a bulky prototype to his ear and made the first mobile call. Passers-by stared, unaware they were witnessing a revolution. For the first time, a voice could travel without wires. The world had stepped into the age of mobility. The 1980s turned that breakthrough into a symbol of wealth and ambition. Enormous brick phones lay on the desks of executives and echoed across stock exchanges. Owning one wasn't just about talking, it was about power. The bigger the phone, the bigger the status. But in 1992, a smaller, quieter milestone arrived. On a modest Nokia, the first text message appeared, "Merry Christmas." Just 2 words, 160 characters possible. Yet those letters carried something phones had never offered before, intimacy. Silent, instant, personal communication. The age of messaging had begun. By the early 2000s, phones had become sleek and stylish. The flip phone ruled the mall counters. Its metallic snap was addictive, its compact form irresistible. Teenagers flipped them open with confidence, and for the first time, a phone felt like fashion, something you carried to express yourself, not just to connect. Then, in 2007, everything changed again. Steve Jobs stepped onto a stage and revealed the iPhone. A single touchscreen device that replaced cameras, music players, and more. No buttons, no clutter, just a glowing glass screen that promised the future. The crowd gasped, and rightly so. The smartphone wasn't just a tool. It was the beginning of a new way of life. The 2010s expanded that vision into infinity. Apps transformed phones into miniature worlds. With a single tap, we ordered food, met partners, watched lives unfold, and built careers. Our phones became banks, offices, diaries, and theaters. Every buzz and ping pulled us deeper. The line between device and life blurred, until one truth remained: we no longer lived with our phones. We lived inside them. By 2020, the form itself evolved. Foldable screens bent reality in our hands, while artificial intelligence whispered recommendations, tracked our steps, and completed our thoughts. Phones were no longer passive, they had become partners, shaping the decisions we made before we even realized it. And now, 2025. The phone is no longer just a rectangle of glass in your pocket. With AR glasses and holograms, it projects entire worlds into our vision. Maps float in the air, messages appear in real space, friends call as if they're sitting across the table. The device has become our second reality, the lens through which we see and shape the world. From Bell's wooden box to today's glowing universes, every generation of phones has brought us closer, to each other, and to a future we could barely imagine. The telephone is no longer just a gadget. It is humanity's voice, our memory, our second heartbeat. And as we step forward, one question remains: how much further will we let it become a part of us?
Bye everyone, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.